in the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Well, we've left Dampier and we've headed back out to the Montebellos, so that's where we're sitting at the moment. I've just been out for a dive with the girls. Got ourselves a crayfish. Oh, got ourselves a rock cod. We're going to give that a try for lunch. The reason I bought the boat in the first place was I was looking at being a single parent, most likely in a share house, and I just couldn't stomach that, and I realised I was going to be broke either way. And so that made the choice a lot simpler, and I realised that, you know, if I worked out a way to do it, you know, that there was a chance, you know, that we could really make something of it. And ultimately, you know, worst case scenarios were pretty bleak for both. And there really wasn't much difference between the two choices. At least this way I got to choose my torture. So that's what I did. And you know, once we got to the Abrolhos, then, you know, it was only a matter of time before we just kept going and kept looking at the next horizon. This part of the story, we just got tired of getting beaten up in Shark Bay, so we headed out, and the aim was to get to Coral Bay in one go, and then we just got absolutely blasted again. You know, all across the forecast was supposed to be 15 knots, and we just didn't get that, not even close to that. It just built and built and built, and then before I knew it, it was a very uncomfortable situation. Certain times of the year, when the sun goes down, you have an amazing sky full of stars, and as long as there's no moon, you can see all the stars. And in the wake of the boat, as it just slips through the water, there are all these tiny little organisms that light up bright green. It's a strange experience, and not something you can really describe when you couple that with the isolation as well. There's no one around anywhere. There's very, very special moments that I've spent on this boat by myself while the girls are asleep. They go to bed and they're just like, no, it's fine, Dad's got it sorted, and I do. But that's a lot of responsibility, and the feeling of being out here and then checking on them, make sure they're asleep and they're safe inside, and then closing the hatch up again, and I sit and I check the course. It's a lot to stomach, especially when the weather's bad. I think we're built to be wary of the dark for good reason. I think it's inbuilt in us. If anything does go wrong, it's going to go wrong at 2 a.m. Guaranteed it's going to happen at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I never take anything for granted, especially sailing like this, because it can turn in a flash. I think that's a good metaphor for life, isn't it? Don't take anything for granted, because things can change in a flash, and they do. But it all passes. And it all will change, and eventually the sun will come up and the light comes over that horizon, and you get to appreciate the good weather and the daylight. I can learn to really appreciate that, because, you know, just around the corner might be some goddamn mayhem that you've got to be ready for. So who knows? But sure enough, there's a lot to think about over the night on watch. You got 12 hours to yourself. It's yeah, it gets pretty thoughtful. Well, it certainly got worse. And then it got better. traumatic night as when we got caught in the storm last night. It was just that hatch is a wave's gonna splash over onto Isla in a sec. Oh, we ended up, I've pulled the pin, I'm not doing it another night. So we're going into Carnarvon, because it's just, was wild last night. Insane. But look at that. Wow. Okay, time to sort him out.
Maybe we could have some fish at Carnarvon.
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, we're just pulling up into Carnarvon because after I was saying how nice the weather was, we got absolutely violated. I ended up taking the main down and just putting like a tiny little shred of head sail out, and that we had that most of the night, and the wind gauge stopped working at 30 knots, so a bit of a jump from 15. But I haven't slept, the boat was just getting thrown around last night. The girls got a bit of sleep, I had to hand out a few cuddles here and there, but it's the exact same forecast for tonight, and I can't go through another night of that. So I've pulled into Carnarvon, which isn't very much out of our way at all, and hopefully if we can get a good easterly, I can tuck in close to the coast, and that'll eliminate a lot of the swell. It looked like those Japanese drawings where they have they draw the tsunamis and it's all the white caps on them. That's what it looked like. How's the washing up going, girls?
Good. It's nearly done.
Yep. Well done. So tonight we managed to cook up some nice steak that Uncle Tom brought up, and some baldy. But the skin side's a little bit burnt to the baldy because Hallie wouldn't pass me the tongs. Just getting out into the water. We were going to go to the shops, but I remembered that I don't have any money, so we're going to go have a fish in the mangroves.
I can reach any mussels and I'll crack the mussel off and put it in the cup that we have.
Yeah, crack a mussel off. I didn't bring it. Okay, bye, SaltyJocks. Bye, SaltyJocks.
We're just going through all these mangroves, and so cool, these mangroves. Very cool. What you doing, Dad?
Oh, just a bit of steering and trying to keep the midges off us.
Yeah, because I've got midges all on us. On me. Everyone's got midges all on them.
Well, we've gotten out into the mangroves, but Isla's decided that she's had enough and she didn't want to sleep in the dinghy today. So I think this one's not as comfortable as the other one. But I was hoping to maybe find some shells, but we've only found little ones you can't eat. Yeah, it's a bit much, isn't it, Isla? Oh, turtle! Left Carnarvon, and I managed to get out through the channel without any dramas, but it's got ready at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and the girls woke up when I turned the engine on, obviously, and Isla had been having a bottle in my bed, and she came up and she waved at me, said, "Hi." Well, "Hey, darling." I just put them in front of the TV and they watched a show while we got out through the channel. Then I've set the sails and set the wind vane and turned the engine off and plonked him back down to bed, and we're just cruising along at maybe like 3 or 4 knots, and just slipping through the water in the dark, which is nice. So hopefully we can keep this up for a little while and not lose wind, not gain too much. It's incredibly peaceful, so I will enjoy it while it lasts. because it won't last. I've had a little friend come join me on watch, and it is, I think, like coming on 5 a.m. Couldn't sleep, chicken.
So we're just out in the sea and just got the sails up. Some cool stars. There's so much Milky Ways. And there's so many shooting stars. I just came outside.
The Milky Way is that whole space dust section, Hallie. To the whole thing across the sky.
It's pretty cool.
You guys
Just left town.
What town?
Oh yeah, Carnarvon with the mangroves.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys are going to need a nap this morning.
Yeah.
Sun's up. The girls are back asleep. Isla drifted off my arm, so I carried her, and then the wind's picked up just as the sun's come up. I thought it might actually drop off, but it doesn't matter. We're cruising really nicely. The wind vane's taking care of us. Got both sails up, and the swell is next to nothing. So I'm a happy man, and hopefully we can keep this up throughout the day and get far enough north so we don't cop the bad weather that's coming through Carnarvon this evening. But if we do, we do. I'm starting to get used to it at this point. I'll be honest, I've done some pretty wild shit, and this is by far top of the list of wild shit that I've done.
So Dad just caught a big fish. We already caught a big one, but then it snapped. That fish is gone, but we've got another one. Wow.
Oh, no. The other one just obliterated the line.
Yeah. Good, come on. Fish, come in. Come in, fishy, Lucy, come on. Wow. Woohoo! Yellowfin tuna. Wait, look. That's not a yellowfin. But we can still eat him.
I didn't do any groceries, so... Okay, can you pass me those pliers, Hallie?
Yeah.
Tuna for dinner.
Dad caught another big tuna. We've already got one little tiny tuna, but it's gonna be good. And it had lots of blood in it, but now Dad's got another one.
I can't get it in without snapping the line. I can hear it, tension. I'm
Oh,
gonna be real slow with it, eh?
okay. Yeah, that's definitely a tuna. I know it.
I think a shark's got it.
One of a shark and tuna. I've got you again.
Oh, big tuna!
Oh, big tuna!
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Two tunas, wow!
Oh,
Oh.
holy crap.
Come on, back here. Bring baby. Let's get baby. Don't baby to get hurt. Come on, back here.
Oh! Get in there. Whoa!
Little tuna, big tuna. Oh my, wait, Dad. That must have so much meat in there, Dad.
Oh my god, we just had the fight of our lives. Pulling in this tuna. We pulled the first one and I was happy with that. I thought, oh, I'll get us through, a week or something, and we can bag it and freeze it. The line went out and it's gigantic. I mean, I think it's probably maybe like 20 odd kilos. But that's bluefin tuna. So that'll be us, and I'll freeze that and eat it over the next couple of weeks, and I've got this little tuna here, which I will give to my mate that's coming up. Oh, Jimmy. So I think him and his family would probably very much appreciate a tuna. I actually thought it was getting eaten by sharks because it was so hard to pull in. I couldn't get it in, and I need to get one of those like braces to go in your groin to put your rod in, so you can push against yourself, because I keep busting my pelvis up.
That is 27 meters, that big
Wow.
fish.
Yeah, it's about 1100, which is 1100 right there. It's easy to read on my tape measure. Your one's a bit harder because it doesn't have the full numbers. I'll show you later. Isla's just woken up from a nap, and I'm just looking outside and making Isla some food, but I think I might have actually done a really good job. Hallie.